Now it's time for the forecast. Of course, this weekend, the holiday weekend, the Salmon Lake, that's how you say it, the Salmon Lake down at Grapeland Bluegrass Festival. I'm going to be going there. I'm glad to see no rain.
Yeah.
Of course, it will be hotter than the surface of the sun.
Yes.
That is true. The humidity will be dropping down a bit more, too. So if the humidity is dropping, we're going to heat up a bit more. We'll definitely take that as a win. But until then, we've got to continue to deal with some hot and humid conditions, and so do our neighbors down to the southeast. I want to give you a look at the peak wind gusts. We showed you this yesterday, but I think it's important to show this again because this is just very strong winds that we had hit over southeast Louisiana. Port Fourchon had a wind gust over 170 miles an hour. You reach Category 5 hurricane strength with winds at 157, so this was easily a Category 5 wind gust. Leeville 153, Grand Isle 146, and these are areas that are in some of the low-lying spots right along the coastline, taking the brunt of the stronger winds when Ida made landfall. Even farther inland, New Orleans, a 90-mile-an-hour wind gust, but that was taken during the early evening hours as the storm started to move in, and then the site lost power. There certainly is a case that could be made for some of the higher wind gusts. And to put this into perspective, this is one of Louisiana's most strongest hurricanes, and we classify strongest by the wind intensity. We know Katrina was the more deadlier and the more impactful in terms of cost, but the most strongest from a meteorological perspective makes Ida the #1 on this list. But the other two are also going to be tied with Ida as well. They're 150-mile-an-hour winds from Laura last year, hitting southwest Louisiana, and then Last Island in 1856, 150-mile-an-hour winds as well. So these are the storms that make Louisiana see the most strongest hurricanes on record. Speaking of Ida right now, the storm continuing to pull off to the north and to the northeast. There's some heavier rain. As a matter of fact, a tornado warning near Virginia Tech, all associated with Ida, and we had a brief tornado touchdown in Dothan, Alabama. Meanwhile, back in portions of southeast Louisiana, they are still dealing with some afternoon and early evening thunderstorms, but these should gradually begin to let up with time. But it's just extra precipitation that they don't need with all of the rising waters across that area for them. They are dealing with the heat, though, no question about it. The temperatures right now in the 80s for them, but it does feel like the middle and the upper 90s at this moment. For us, well, temperatures are holding in the 90s, and we've had our heat index above 105. Quick check of the radar. We've been keeping an eye on a few showers that have been moving through. We've had some rain near Dangerfield, also a few showers just west of Sulphur Springs, the heaviest coming through Longview in the last hour 30 minutes, but that has led up a few newer showers in portions of Panola County and a couple down in portions of deep East Texas. This rain chance should stay small as we go through the rest of the evening. Overnight, mainly clear, and then tomorrow afternoon, we get daytime heating and some additional scattered thunderstorms are expected to develop. I think the coverage tomorrow will go up just a bit more, but the heat is still the main story. Middle 90s the next few afternoons, opening up September, and then as the humidity drops, we'll even warm up more, looking at highs close to 100 by the weekend. This forecast holding true as well in deep East Texas, too.
Marcus, thank you.